Thank you. Hi, guys. How are you? How is everyone? Good morning. Good morning. Oh, work these out. My necklaces. I sleep with these on all the time. Oh, let's see here. Comments. All right. All right. So how is everybody? Oh my gosh. Do you like my new purple glasses? Ooh, purple to my glasses. How is everyone? Let me just go ahead and just share this out to a couple places. There we go. Ah. And the first thing I see is someone it has a birthday today. They're 11. Amen. Yeah, I agree with that too. You know, don't cry for me when I'm gone if, you're not going to be present in my life now. Hmm. Aw. I have to make sure I congratulate her. So I don't see any comments. I see that one person is watching. So kind of not sure. So I'm just gonna go on with my little chit chat. Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Woohoo! And welcome to Coffee with Dawn. This is a place that I want you to be able to feel like you can come to and enjoy your time with, and hopefully pick up a little bit of information or something that may inspire you. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, Miss Laura. How are you girls this morning? You notice how I didn't say ladies? It's because I'm talking to the young girls, the little girls inside you. I know. Doing better. I'm still having some problems, but it's not a mountain I can't climb. There is not a mountain I can't climb because we have the physical mountains that not me, but many other people go and they hike and they, do their thing. Good, Laura. I'm glad you're doing well, honey. But there's also mountains in our minds. So you know how sometimes you come across something in your life and you're like, oh gosh, not again. Or, oh no, do I really have to go through with this? Listen. Hey, buenos dias. ¿Cómo está? So, it's one of those things where if you if you constantly feel like you're climbing mountains and getting nowhere, some people say, oh, I keep on jumping through their hoops. Do you know what I mean? Good morning, beautiful yourself, Miss Denise. Good morning, Jennifer. So today we're going to be talking about, hey, Rachel. Good morning, good morning. How are you all? um, you know, I hadn't taken care of I still struggle with it, guys. I still struggle with it. Um, I have someone who comes in and helps me a couple of times a week, and she's become a good friend. And she's constantly reminding me. She just did it this morning again. How I need to put myself forward first for many reasons, but mainly my health. So it's always a constant battle. It's always that hill that I climb, but it's all in here. It's not in here. Do you know what I mean? So like, hey Vanessa, hey Mary, how you doing? That's my life story. Learning not to take it so serious anymore. Okay, learning how to take it seriously is a great start, but also don't take it personally. When something, good morning, Lauren. When we take something personally, sometimes the comment might, ooh, that just hurt, might be aimed at you. And other times, it has nothing to do with you. But the minute you take it in here and you take it that personal, you know what's going to happen? it's going to deposit into your energetic self. Good morning, Cheta. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. So at any rate, like what happens is we develop this. Some people call it a molehill. You can call it a hill. You can call it a mountain. But it's something that when we have it up here, it is a thought that it's not, almost like, how do I want to explain this? It's almost like we set ourselves up sometimes to climb mountains when all we really need to do is jump over an anthill. Good morning, Norris. How are you? How are you? Good, Chetta. Good. You know, I've just not taken my health seriously for a very long time. Very long time. So it's not anything that can be fixed in a matter of a day, a week, or blah, blah, blah. It's not going to happen. So I have to take that out of my mind and take it into like a little memory bank and put it in a little box and close up that box and stack it in a closet. So it's not here. It becomes something that I don't have to deal with. Why? Because I'm in the present moment. You know? Denise, you're so cute. Thank you. Oh, the perfect cup. Ooh.
No drama, llama.
Yeah, no drama llama. That's right. I know my cups, they're something, aren't they? I got a whole bunch of them. A lot of them, a lot of my mugs I have to thank you guys for. My friends online have sent me mugs, and this was one of them. There you go. Thank you, honey. So today we have no drama llama. This is for my friend Amy. No drama llama. That's what I'm learning as a reflector. It's not always my energy and feeling. So much makes sense. Yeah, don't take it personally. If I could give you one tidbit of knowledge, don't take it personally. Like, yeah, right. No, you have to walk around it, Denise. I know. Denise, I'm saving that for a certain day of the week. Actually, Michelle, I've just started to schedule them. You're on the list. I did not forget about you, sweetheart. I want to talk about not taking it personally. Norris, it's perfect that you're here. Let me tell you, Norris has a show that he does with his wife, which, by the way, I love her haircut. But they do it. It's sterling silver. It's 9.25 sterling, and it's like rings, and he can tell it better. And Norris, if you want to drop in the comments your link to your business, that's fine. You can do that, honey. But perfect example. So I was at my daughter's. It was yesterday. Anyway, I was at my daughter's. Yeah, it was. And I noticed that they went live. And I was like, ooh, so yes, Lauren, I know. So I've gotten like where I can watch when I'm watching the kids. And I was I think it was at the bus stop. I don't know where I was or what I was doing. It was something with Josie. Oh, Target. I was at Target with Josie. And so I saw his Denise. So they came on with their show, Norris and his wife. And I thought, oh crap. Lately I haven't been myself. I had stopped even readings. Unless my energy and my body is feeling good, I'm not going to give, an energetic reading. I just can't do readings like that. So I saw Norris's show come on. Okay. And I was like, oh man, I can't watch it. I haven't been able to, catch it lately. And money's been tight. So I saw that. And you know what I thought to myself? I thought, gee, I hope that they don't take it personally that I don't buy any I haven't bought from their new company, and that I don't really watch it. So I don't really share it out. So I thought, okay, well, I'll just share it this one time because I could do it. I was sitting in a place where I could do it. I just couldn't sit and watch it because I had Josie. And so I thought to myself, gee, I hope that they don't take it personally. Because I know I used to take everything personally, like it was about me, like it was somehow reflected on me, that somehow I could control a certain aspect of somebody else's life. Ooh, big one. Or I could that I could somehow like fix everything and fix everybody. Have you ever been like that where you had to fix everybody and fix everything? No. The second I stopped taking things personally, it was like the weight of the world was off my shoulders. It's just such a different perspective. Good morning, Ada. Good morning, Chris and Ashley. Hey, Marge. Yeah, I'm finally getting back into the readings. Sorry, guys, I'm in pain today. But like, I can't tell you how many times Marge is a perfect example. I've had to reschedule her reading like 2 or 3 times. And it's nothing personal. It really isn't. It's about me and it's about my body and me being in pain. And guys, if I'm in too much pain and my energy is not good, I can't give you a reading. It's not going to be a good reading. And it was funny too, because after the last time I talked to Marge, I fell asleep for a little bit and I opened up my eyes, and who's standing at the edge of my bed, at the end of my bed? Her son. And you know what he said to me? He turned around and goes, "We're here for you." And he was gone. It was like almost like he just gave me that message. We're here for you. Do you know how impactful that was on me? Oh, Norris, that's not a problem, But yeah, but it's hard to put myself first. Seriously. Any tip on changing that mindset from taking things personally to letting it go? Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, it's not there's always hacks. We have life hacks. We have love hacks. We have all kinds of hacks. Everything in life, and I don't use that word hacks very much because to me it has a negative connotation, but spirit is beautiful. And they're always here for me. I am telling you. And it was just such a beautiful thing. I felt so touched. I started crying. So just know, Marge, that when we do the reading, he'll be there. He always is. He comes in several times sometimes. I've got 3 people that I know, and like one I know in my personal life. And the other 2 I know from a group that I'm in with Marge. Voice of Our Angels. It's for parents who've lost a child. And he comes in from time to time. And that's when I always, usually, like, how you doing, Marge? Or she'll be, and because she's so, like, connected to her son who has passed. And, like, she'll tell me something or she'll check up on me, like, oh, I was thinking about you. And I'm thinking, yeah, because your son just appeared at my bed. But I didn't tell her that, but I appreciate you, Marge. I really do. I really do. Hey, Dottie. Yeah. It's this retrograde, I think, Ada. But also it's like everything's got to be aligned. Good morning, Teresa. He's such a caring young guy. I mean, to me, he's a kid, but he goes, don't call me a kid. I'm a young man. He tries to be serious and then he cracks a joke. It doesn't work. He's funny. He really is, Michelle. He really, really is. And he has this way of letting me know. So does this other young man. And when he comes to me and says, how's mom? Then I know to shoot her a text and see what's going on with her. Amy, yay! It's Amy Dent. It's the beautiful Amy Dent. I love you, my friend. Hey, Yay, there's Mona, another beautiful friend. Yeah, I've missed you guys. I got to tell you, I really have missed this morning time. Oh, you're frozen? Oh, it's not frozen here. I hope it's not. My internet was wonky earlier today when I was trying to talk to one of my daughters. So, today's cup is no drama llama. And there's my llama. He's at calm. He's at peace. You know why? Prescriptions closing this week and next. He's at, the RX, not prescriptions. Gotcha. Okay. New motto to myself throughout the day. If it doesn't give me wings to soar, I don't want it anymore. You're welcome, Ashley. I did it too. Because think about it. Think about it. Okay, just think. If it doesn't give me wings to soar, because as a person, as an energetic being, yes, I got it. It took me a minute, Vanessa. When my energetic body is not in sync or aligned with my physical body, my ailments will be more intense. But it's kind of like that. But whew, that was kind of a little froggy. It took me a minute to figure out it was like retrograde. Denise says, I'm having so much fun at this hotel. People coming out and sitting here having my coffee and my cigarette. People take life sometimes so seriously. And that little anthill that we have to walk around, step over, it becomes overwhelming. It becomes larger than life because we give that thought energy. Ooh, excuse me. That really burned. Oh, that really burned. That hurt. Oh, the antibodies? Oh, for the COVID? If antibodies are in your system, basically, it means, without getting into the scientific stuff, you're not going to get COVID. Really, Teresa? Aww. If it doesn't give you wings to soar, why would you want it? But we do it all the time, don't we? I'm telling you. People are sometimes unaware of how ignorance comes across or empathy comes across. You know? Michelle, for the most part, depending on the number of antibodies in your system, it'll help you evade the virus. Doctor told my daughter that just means that if she does get it again, it probably won't be as severe. My other friend who had it, she had it as severe as Kristen. They were both in the ICU with it. My friend was on a vent for 2 weeks. They laid her on her stomach and everything. She's got little videos because she doesn't remember it. But it's one of those things where, they told my friend, oh yeah, well, you know what? You got the antibodies. She's got a lot of antibodies, and she won't get it. Yeah, true. Well, don't feel. I mean, like for me, when I get real emotional, or if I'm going through something, like I just came through a difficult time in my life, so it's not the most difficult time in my life, and it's like, why was I making it bigger than what it was? Well, in part because when I get emotional, when something hits me and my emotions go whoop, guess what my body does? Uh-oh, I'm getting these weird vibes. I guess I have to be in pain. I get like pain. I don't know why, but it's just because our bodies are succinct. I mean, we have the energetic body and the physical body, the vessel. So, they're here together. If they have something that throws it off kilter or vibrates it off, it looks at how it's pulling apart. That happens. Oh, thank God. Ada had it bad. Ada had it bad. I have to say, of all my friends my friends, you guys, Coffee with Dawn, our family, out of everyone in the family who's had it, Ada has had it the worst, guys. Not that that's any trophy she wants, but it's just one of those things. So COVID is the perfect example. That friend who was also not the greatest, she was in the hospital, she was in the ICU, but in her mind, it was like a death sentence to her. She started telling everybody goodbyes. I'm like, you're not even in the hospital yet? She had just gotten the test results. The very next day, she's calling people, telling them how much she loves them. Well, honey, I love you too, but it's not a death sentence. It can, bring upon end of life, but it's just because it's your time. Yeah, she didn't have it that bad. Thank God. It was right. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's a natural reaction, though, Teresa. By the way, I miss your little. I'm home. Anyway, it's just when you take things personal, instead of being absorbed in your mind, it's like a big old bump sitting right here. Oh gosh, it must be me. That comes from now hear me out. Adverse childhood experiences. Yeah. Yeah, Ada, I remember really praying for you. You had it at the same time. I think you had it first. I think you had it first. Then Kristen, my daughter Kristen, I got it. But so that happens. It happens where I do it too. You don't think I do it? Oh boy. Ask two of my closest friends. They'll tell you I do it. Sometimes I need that reality check, like, hey, practice what you preach. Oh shit. That's right. I'm doing that. Oh my gosh. I love your youngest. I will pray that you don't kill him. But I'm telling you, I absolutely love your youngest son. He is awesome. He could be a stand-up comic. I'm telling you. Yes, Ada, I remember. I remember praying all the time for you, honey. To be honest, it was you and Rachel, and then it flip flopped, and then it was Rachel, you, and Rachel, you. Here's the best, isn't he, Rachel? Oh my God. Don't preach if you're not going to follow your words. Exactly. I think we all need that reminder from time to time. I'm not the only one guilty of it because I know you're out there and I know you've done it. So, like I say all the time, I'm just like you. It's not like I'm, not. I mean, we all are pink inside. We all get up in the morning. We all go to the bathroom. We all get dressed. We all do the same things. If someone is telling you, a light worker or a spiritual being is telling you or giving you the subliminal message, you got to be careful with this. Subliminal message that they are at a higher level than you or look down on you. Run. 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 Because let me tell you something. Life is hard. We don't need someone looking down at us or pushing us down. We need a hand up sometimes. I'm no different. I'm absolutely no different. Run fast, run really fast. But a lot of the times, we all bleed red. Yeah, I know that song. But like the thing of it is, guys, is when we have an adverse childhood experience, it could be like I remember the one time I was walking home from school and I stepped on a nail and went right through my foot. And my friends were carrying me home to my house. Yes, you better run really fast. That's right. The only person higher than me is God. I mean, there's other whatevers, but I am telling you. But like, it was an adverse child experience. I remember I even remember what I was wearing, and I was wearing a skirt of all things. So they're trying to pick me up, one's on one side, one's on the other, and the blood is just dripping from my foot. It was really bad. Blood was dripping from my foot. It was like one of those roofing nails about this big in my foot. There's only about this much showing. So my mom wrapped it up, and we went to the emergency room. But it was so traumatic to me that very rarely do you see me barefoot. Very rarely. I always have slip-ons or my Crocs that I walk around in because that was traumatic. So what that does is like your brain wants, like the chemicals in our brain always try to make things balance. They always try to balance it out and create a positive experience for us. Our soul wants what's best for us. And it's like sometimes when our mind shields us from something and we can't remember an adverse childhood experience, it could be anything from, again, stepping on a nail, stepping on glass, your best friend that you've known your first 10 years of your life up and moves. I had that happen too. That was very traumatic. I remember that stuff too. We are all of the same cloth. We are, Amy, no doubt. But, it's one of those things where our mind tries to buffer. And if we can't remember something, please don't force it. If you try to, like, okay, I know I'm bouncing all over here. Someone talked to me yesterday about shadow work. What is our shadow? It's us, really, right? It's just another viewpoint, another aspect, another perspective. Okay. So when someone says, well, I'm doing shadow work, they're working on themselves. They're, hey, Mark, welcome, sweetheart. But when someone's doing shadow work, that's going within. That's looking at themselves, seeing a shadow and working on themselves. Okay. So when people say that they're doing shadow work, it's working on themselves, right? So sometimes, excuse me, they know something in their life has happened. Excuse me, like when my nana passed away. I know it was a car accident. I know the other person was drunk. I wasn't there, but I have memory of it because I was told about it so often. You know what I mean? Because my mom had this thing about drinking and driving. So she kind of drilled that home to us. Shadow work is work in progress. We're all works in progress. Listen, it's about the process, not the product. Think about this. I'm going to put this up here as a post. No, there's a lot of crying. There's a lot of, you have to do with blame and shame and all this other stuff that we took on as part of this event. So I'm just going to put this here. I'm going to actually post this. I'm going to try to take one thing Each time I go live with Coffee with Dawn, and I'm going to take like a quote or something, and I'm going to put it out there. Okay? It's about the process, not the product. I'm going to give you an example. We raise our children and our grandchildren to be free, to not have emotional baggage, not have emotional clutter. We raise them wanting the best for them. Of course, there are children, there are grandchildren. In some cases, parents and grandparents, depending on who's raising the child, it might it takes a village. They like to allow the child to be independent, free, and creative. I'll just use the word creative. We have to be able to see through the mind of a child. Okay? So when they get into school is a different story, public school. I know I taught a year in parochial school way back when. That's even different. But you have a child that is in the process of growing. Every human being is in the process of growing. You are in the process of growing into the person that God has intended you to be. Okay? We're all growing. And that means experiencing. That means learning. That means having experiences outside of ourselves. The world does not revolve around ourselves. When we're born and as a young child, we believe we're egocentric. Means that everything revolves around us, right? Well, then as the child starts to grow up in around the age of 5, 6, they realize, whoa, wait a minute. This world does not revolve around me. And when that happens, at the same time they're starting kindergarten, you're in for a big blow up. Because when you have a free soul coming into a very what's the word I'm looking for? An environment that doesn't allow the freedom to be creative and to be yourself. Very stifling, that's the word. When you come into a stifling environment and you have to, do this, and do this, and do that, and do this, you're boxed in now. Your creativity, your individuality, becomes one of the group, becomes one of the environment. Could you imagine if teachers of young children focused on the process and not the product? So if a child is painting a tree purple with yellow leaves, you'd say, what a beautiful tree. Oh my gosh. Or even how about going up to a child and saying, what a beautiful creation. Tell me what brushes you used. Why did you choose this color? Is this your favorite color? And engaged in not what the product is as much as what were you thinking when you did this? Oh, is that your favorite color? Do you know what I mean? Like, instead of saying trees aren't purple and yellow, they're green with brown trunks. Like, what? It's not about what they draw, but it's how they do it, how they see that drawing. And 9 times out of 10 with a young child, they're going to be in that picture somewhere. Even if it's just objects, there's some really like cutting edge art and music therapy stuff that's coming out for not just autistic kids, but kids who have different challenges in life. We all have challenges in life. We're no different than anybody else. And there's no one better because life doesn't work that way. The process is not about one person. The process is not about how much you're going to make a year. The process is not how you get along or don't get along with your coworkers. The process is about how you problem solve. The process is about what your mind was thinking when I bought this clip, okay, I don't like the brown clips because, as you can see, they kind of disappear with the color of my hair. So I wanted to go a different color. One of the reasons. But see this clip? See how it's flat right there? I buy all my clips like that because if I get the ones that are shaped in like a moon shape, what happens is I get a headache. So I have to have the ones that are flat. Did I want, the end process is a brown clip. I mean, that's the product, right? That's what I bought, right? Okay. As you can see, I don't wear a lot of brown. I'm not a big brown person. Okay. But I do wear it if I like something. So the product is this. It's a brown clip with a flat bottom. Okay. So in buying it, I bought it not because it's a brown clip with the flat. I bought it because it solved one of my problems. I need a flat bottom. Don't like the color. It's not glitz or glammy. It's not even purple or pink or orange. The colors I like. So like it makes me feel better. So I'm going to use it even though I don't like the product. Do you see what I mean? It was, for me, it was the process and saying, okay, I need to make myself a priority. I need to get one of these clips with the flat bottom so I don't get headaches. So that's the process. The product is just, it was the process on how I got there, how I decided, when I decided, what was more important to me, the flat side or the color. So we are about the process. As we grow, it's not about the finish line. It's not about that product. It's not about being number one. It's not about being any better than anybody else. And people who are at that place where they're product oriented usually have a lot of shadow work to do. But I will never point a finger at anybody for not working on themselves. I will not. Because if I did that, I would be judging you. I would be judging your process. I would be judging your how do I want to say this? Your ability to be honest with yourself. And that's really, really important to me because I've struggled with that all my life. And now I'm at a place where it comes naturally. That's the key. Get to a place where you can do these things without thinking, where these things come naturally. You have to, or at least I had to, come to a point in my life where I said, okay, I'm not process orientated. I'm not product orientated. I can't even talk. I'm somewhere in the middle and I feel lost. Like I don't like emotionally flailing because that's when I start with my body killing me, with depression sometimes. So it's like all these things going on. If I'm focusing on all the negatives, if I'm focusing on not being able to climb a mountain, because that would be a product instead of the whole process in getting ready to climb the mountain. So, really it's about the process. It's about how we color our world, what colors we use. And do we want to be around those negative people anymore? Or do we want to just be free and be around the people who make us happy? In that list of the people who make you happy, you've got to be at the top of that list, or you will never find happiness. You cannot expect anybody to be responsible for your own happiness. It's not my place to even be a part of or responsible for your happiness or your stature in life. It's not my business where you are in your life process. It's not my business. Now, if you're my friend or, which is everyone here, and you're conversing with me and, or you're brainstorming or problem solving, because brainstorming is part of problem solving. But, then it's me helping you with the process. It'll never be my decision. It'll never be my judgment. One of the things I disdain is a hypocrite. And for many years, when I was younger, I was a hypocrite. I did not like that side of myself. So that was the first thing that I tried to fix. And that was a long process. But I will never, ever, ever judge you. Never. Life is like a Barney bag. You never know what you're going to get until you pull it out. And you got to use your imagination. Yeah, you can't rely on outside things, people, places, and things, like gizmos and gadgets, to make myself happy, to make myself working. And yes, positive does get positive. If you're negative and you feel like there's a black cloud over you or a rain cloud over you, guess what? You're probably going to get wet, because that rain is going to fall. Whatever we put out there comes back to us. We know that. But how do we do it? It's one thing to know something, but once you know something, exactly, Margaret, which is actually a very good book. It's a short book. Read it in just like, I don't know, an hour or two. I like to read. But yeah, read that book. It would probably blow your mind if I told you all the different books that I have that I've read in my life. Not my place to judge. That would only weigh me down and cannot grow. Exactly. You know what, Ashley? I've been there, done that. Will I slip again in the future? Maybe. I don't know. That's just part of my process. And I preach self-love often. Yeah. Oh, I could, guys. I mean, I could do that. I could make that a post. I will tell you this. Not everybody is meant to read this book yet, because not everybody's there at this level. But if you've really done a lot of shadow work, or you're going through shadow work, the author is Scott M. Peck. And the book is called The Road Less Traveled. It's a little bit deeper reading, more complex reading, but what a great book. And some of those things just stick right in my head, still to this day. It does. But there are other books that help you with it. Just he's one of my favorite authors. He's been through a lot, and he's done a lot of not only shadow work but past life regression work. So he really comes with a unique perspective. So that's a good book. But yeah, I can do that, Margaret. I'll work on that. Sometimes you can't fix stupid. Deborah, it's not my place to fix it. And please don't get me wrong, because I know that you have, like the little girl in you, Deborah, wants so badly to have justice in this world, especially for like cases that pull your heartstrings, like Summer Wells, like Gabby Petito, Gabby Petito. But it's just one of those things that we can't fix. Not our place to, not our responsibility. If it's not your party, it's not your favor. So if it's not about you and it's about something else, it's not about you. You can't fix it. You can't do anything about. And sometimes we get really like really invested in whatever it is that we're going through. And it does pull on our heartstrings. But that's when you have to take a step back, even if it's mentally, and say, you know what? This is not about me. This is about a child that got murdered, a child that's lost. It's okay to feel that pain. It's okay to feel that anxiety, to feel that passionate about someone being abused, because it's not right. We all know it's not right. And we all know taking a life is just beyond comprehension. But it happens. But it's not my place to try to figure something out. Listen, all it does is bring negativity. All it does is take away from my positive energy and drains me. And more importantly, it's not my story to tell. Did I pray for summer? Yes. On occasion, I still do. Do I pray for Gabby? Yes, I pray that she's at peace, that she's at rest. But, the thing of it is sometimes we look at other people's problems or something that kind of grabs our heart or grabs national attention. And a lot of the times it's because we deflect. Like there's something about that situation that you make it personal and it pulls on your heartstrings and and I've done it. I've done it. I've done it quite recently. I mean, it's hard not to, you know, especially when there's a young girl out there, she's missing, she's passed away. You know what I mean? Just it's really exactly. Well, Summer Wells, hit Deborah very, very deeply. Okay, exactly, Deborah. It's because memories of your own life. So when that happens, look at the epiphany. It's about the process. The whole process of going, aha, why am I so vested in this? Why does it hurt me so much? Okay. Because you've probably had an experience connected to that, like that, identical to that, whatever the case may be. And the fact of the matter is that you can't go back and fix things. And here's the most important part I want you guys to learn. And this is something that was a very hard learn for me. We can't, when we're doing shadow work, when we're working on ourselves, we can't heal ourselves unless we relive that memory. But now here's the key. Do not force that memory to come. Please do not force that memory to come. Believe me, when you are ready, that memory will be there. And you will go ahead and face that fear, face that adverse childhood experience, even if it's just stepping on a nail. And I can look back now, I was like, oh, I just stepped on a nail. We really have to just take the just out of there because that negates the trauma that I went through. Seeing this thing stick out of my shoe. I was wearing a sneaker. Okay. I just went blink and there it was, yeah, when you go back through memories, but sometimes cases don't always get justed. They don't get justice, period. Doesn't matter where you are, in the end, you're right. We will all face, what we've said, what we've done, what we didn't do. Sometimes, guys, it's a matter of what we didn't do. You may pass somebody coming out of the grocery store and he's got a sign there. Will work for food, will work for shelter. And they have a thing. They're, panhandling. It's a thing and it's a very real thing. And you have to, like people look, and I've heard many times, well, you gotta look at what they're wearing. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. You know what? Use your instinct. You can differentiate or you can look at things and say, well, I don't think that they need that dollar. I think this is the way they're making money. Could be true, could not be true. We're never going to know. We're never going to know unless you personally know a person. But we don't, there's no way to differentiate. Once you've been homeless, you know what to look for. Homeless people don't normally wear Nikes or good sneakers, but it's possible. But here's the point. When all is said and done, God's going to say, but how did you know? How did you know they didn't need that dollar? Should you have given them that dollar? It's a coin flip. I say it all the time. It's a coin flip. meaning I don't know the answer. I'm just going to take a guess and flip a coin. But don't get down on yourself if you make a choice or you make a decision and it's not the right one for you. You can go back. Remember, it's about the process. It's about the process, not the product. So if something isn't working, erase it. Go back. Do it over. You see your comments now. Gabby Petito case hit me very deeply, and her family, Ashley's family, because her brother was murdered, and the murderer hasn't been caught either. Do you see now? Thank you, Ashley, for the validation. This is what it's doing to her, and this is why. So what she did was she took a very traumatic experience of a young woman losing her life and someone taking that life and someone not being found. And she brought it to the current situation. It triggers a memory. So when it does that, Ashley, it would be a good time to go back and deal with that emotionally a little bit about the not having closure with your brother. It happens. And Deborah, you're right. You feel her pain. That's why. Really, I did a nail right through the sneaker. And that happens, Denise. It happens. I'm like, well, there's a job. You know what I mean? So if you look at someone and say, gee, I see a help wanted sign over there. Did you need me to bring you an application? Did you try that first? I've done that before to people. I don't have a problem talking to people. When you allow yourself to, yes, it can take over you and you don't know what's missing or what has been killed. Yeah, exactly. And it does allow toxic energy into your life. You know, John Deere just went on strike here. Oh, yep. I hear you, Teresa. I used to live in a little town and there was a big Nestle's chocolate factory. And they're no longer, they're extinct. The building's down and everything. But you know, it's just a matter of I get on here with to Coffee with Dawn, and I will be coming on at 10 a.m. Monday through Friday now. I'm back. But like I get on here not because I'm trying to fix you. I see nothing wrong with you. See, when I see you from my eyes, we're all perfect. We're all intact. Even though some of us who have childhood adverse reactions, ACEs, ACE, would think otherwise, would say otherwise if we were like, well, but I haven't done this yet. Well, but I haven't done that yet. Well, you know what? That's part of your process. That's part of your journey. I'm not going to judge you for it. I'll listen to you. If you ask me for help, I'll try to help. But I'm just imparting my wisdom, what I went through. And I'm telling you what I went through and what things that I know for a fact. And I try to give you that so that it will help alleviate pain. Listen, I started Coffee with Dawn so that we would all know that we are not alone. This show is not about me. I made that mistake quite recently and thought, what the heck? This is not about me, Dawn. This is about them. This is about all of you. It's about you getting up and becoming part of a family. That's friends who become family. This is our chosen family. And we get on here and we talk. Sometimes, you know, I think maybe I should have I want to try to see if I can get Samaj to come on Coffee with Dawn. Love his energy, love his philosophy. I just love him. But, you know, that's something that is something to work for. There's always something to work for. There's always something to work on. But please, if you're doing shadow work of any kind, do not force an issue. Well, I know I was, you know, sexually abused by a priest. So, yeah, I'm going to really get him. Like, what? Not my job to, you know, free his soul. You know? So it's one of those things. All right, let me catch up with the. I feel Brian is in New York with friends and the family knew those woods. Oh, dancing with joy for 10 a.m. Yay! When you allow your mind and your soul to get overwhelmed or be overcome with toxic energy, don't let it don't don't let that happen, please. Don't invite that energy in. It's bad energy. um, but just like when you put out the good energy, good comes back to you. It really does. Well, excuse me, we weren't there. There's no way to know exactly, but being who I am, I sometimes get glimpses. And knowing what I know, it's it's just tragedy all the way around. It is. I don't want to get going because I don't want to start crying here. But I related to her because she reminds me of one of my girls. Yeah. And when I got that, well, when this whole thing started and all of a sudden it clicked, I was like, oh man, that's why I'm so upset by it. Not because, well, it is unjust. And I do have a thing with that. But what she was doing, what Gabby Petito was doing, was exactly what one of my girls does. Did not step back from a situation and could not feel the power she had. My daughter had given her power away. So I have to relinquish and release to, give her freedom back, so to speak. So what she does is what she does. I can't control her, nor would I attempt to. I just keep praying to God to keep her safe. That's all I can do. Ah, yeah. Yep. Well, aw. I really do. Sorry, I was taking a minute to read some comments. When the time is right, I'm going to be doing some podcasts. So that might be helpful to you guys. You won't be able to, have dialogue with us because we're not live anymore. But if I post something, people will go back and they'll listen. Do you know what I mean? So when you're alone, sometimes just listen. You know what I mean? Like, it's about the process. It's about why did I choose to color a tree purple on the bottom when I could have done it on top? You know? Yeah, exactly, Ashley. Well, you get involved in that and it really kicks up and you absorb that. It's not a good energy to have. How is Kayla? Kayla messaged me the other night. I guess she tried calling me, but I was sleeping. Um, so I was going to try calling her back today. I haven't seen her online. I'll wait to see her online and then message her and see what's going on. So I'm not sure, Teresa, but I'll let you know once I talk to her. You know, so it's just kind of one of those things. Um, the other thing I'm going to be doing, not probably for another week, but I'm going to do like a start back with the lives. I'm going to start back with the lives. I missed them. And last night, oh my gosh, I had so much pain. I thought I was going to have to go to the ER. I will, Teresa, honey, I will. But I got up and I paced back and forth, back and forth. And I sat in the chair and I thought of Kayla. And I think, wow, Okay, I hope she's okay. Hope the kids are okay. But yeah, again, we cannot be responsible for anyone but ourselves. Except for if you have children, then you're responsible for your young children, to be an appropriate role model and mentor. But I mean, it's Michelle, I could go on and on and on and give you all of these things, but it doesn't make a difference and it won't improve my pain. But thank you for asking. Seriously, Michelle, I've got I've got all kinds of things going on, and lately I've had bad um, hip issues. So what one doctor sees is, oh, that's just arthritis. Another doctor says, oh, you're losing bone density, because I'm losing bone density, and the place that it's worse is in my lower back and my legs. It's crazy, but everyone's got something. Seriously, we all have bags we pick up and carry. You know, it's not going to get us any home any faster or any later. It just means it's a heavier walk. That's all. You know, that's all. Oh, you're welcome, Deborah. Listen, all I do is tell you about my circumstances and what's worked for me and what has not worked and never will work. What you do with that information is kind of on you. Now, I just want to leave it on this note. Somebody asked earlier, how do you do that? How do you not take something personally? This is how I did it. Somebody would say something, a negative response, um, to either something I posted or something I didn't post. Oh, well, you didn't post my happy birthday thing. Oh, okay, I wished you happy birthday, correct? Yeah. I gave you a present on Sunday, correct? She well, yeah. So, okay, that's it. That's nice. She said, well, what do you mean? It's like, well, it's not my story to tell. That's kind of how I think of it. Try this mix. Half a cup of honey, half teaspoon of turmeric, ginger, and vanilla. Okay, I can try that. That shouldn't be more than 10 carbs. Anyway, guys, I tell you how much, guys, and how much I appreciate you all being here, especially during this time in my life because it's been a very tumultuous time. It's it's just weird. In part, it's because of the energy, and in part, I feel like something galactic out there keeps pulling me out, of the shell, so to speak. But I love you guys, and I'm so glad that you stopped by. I'll be live again tomorrow. Happy Friday. At the same time, 8 a.m. No, not 8. 8. Why do I get 8? Oh, you know why? Because I'm thinking about that girl and she's 2 hours behind. Okay, scratch that. 10. I am at back to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday. Okay, guys. Does anyone have any prayers? Let me get my list before I close this live. And oh, yeah. Okay, so prayers, everyone. Who would like some prayers? Yep, you got it. There's someone that. Oh, Nancy Boyd, her son. Okay, Chris. Okay, Jennifer. Got you, Rachel. Just going through looking. There's Kirsten. Okay. Family. Okay. Christine. Yes. Okay. Okay, Ada. Sorry, guys. Oh, okay. I forgot about that. All right. Let's see. Thank you, Teresa. Oh my God, thank you very much. Okay. Well, I don't think I can see that here. Oh, that's right. Let's see, I think it was Bucky's last. Okay, so I got everybody now. Sync. Oh, pain. Hold on, guys. It's going away. Gotcha. I love reading these comments, by the way. Anyway. Good morning, DJ. How are you? All right, guys. I'm going to say these prayers and I'm going to get off of here. And I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.